Testing. There we go. You know, I love this pop-out panel manager, but the way to navigate to different profiles is just painful. Like, why can't there just be a list? I guess this kind of works, but why does it have to be hidden behind 12 frickin' buttons? All right, let's see if we can pop out these displays. I don't know what's going on with this Fenix. It feels really broken. So I don't know what's going on. But it lies. Like it's not it's not it's not coming on. What is going on with this? I mean, really, it's funny because my external CDU, the hardware CDU, actually has got the CDU on, but it's obviously this plane's dead, and I don't know why. Like we should get stuff coming on immediately here. Not this. This is not right. Cool. So we'll try that again because that crap didn't work. It might be because the sim crashed before. Why can't these apps just close? Like pretend like you're just a program that could be exited properly. All right, let's try that again. I think maybe the Fenix app needed to restart. That sounds more like it. Even though I don't know why the battery lights. Okay. There we go. That's what we want to see. So just like in real life, we are running way behind schedule. We've got Beyond ATC here. And we're going to see if we can get the GSX stuff to work. Information Oscar. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this needs a kick as well. You know, when SimConnect takes a dive and dies, it's a real pain in the butt. So that one doesn't like that. Let's try the other one, just because there's 3 grounds here. Which one does... there we go. Better. So we're going to do this flight early in the morning. Just realized you might not even have any game sounds, huh? That's better.
Ground 61 X-ray, EGCC coverage.
Go 61 X-ray, tower 119
Okay, we want... Why is the APU bleed on? That's got to be from the leftover from the other state. So that's obviously wrong. Let's do this. That. Get the ADRs into a line. That's 7 minutes. Good, good.
Buongiorno.
There's another app that I did not start earlier. I have so many different apps to start. I've got a whole checklist just to how to get the simulator going. The skies are looking really nice though. So we've got that going for us. Woo! Got some nice scenery here too. From, I've forgotten their name now. I had it linked in the post at shacknews.com. This is a nice plane. GSX passengers are not yet, the in-cabin passengers are not yet available for the 321. They just released an update yesterday or today for the 319, but I really wanted to fly the big one. Because the 319 has some weird cabin bulk cargo door issues, and I figured the easiest way to avoid that would just be not to fly this one, the 319. And it said fly the one that we know how to fly. I mean, we know how to fly them all, but the one that works well. There we go, get some lights on. Alright, we actually need to do some stuff. So we've got that done. Now let's go configure... my hardware CDU has stopped working now. Let's hope that this, like a kick, can help it. Like, if it's not one thing, it's another. Really dumb. I mean, what the hell's bad? Christ.
Hello, Alpine 73 Delta Echo Hotel 1 for push start, please.
Alpine 73 Delta Echo, allow push start, please.
That approved, Alpine 73 Delta Echo.
KLM 61 Zulu for better security, may take Echo 4.
Well, that's back.
Echo 4, heel mooi, 61 Zulu.
First things first.
Affirmative, 61 Zulu.
Yeah, perfect.
I don't know if this would have... Actually, I should check.
KLM 61 Zulu, contact the tower, 119.230.
119.230.
Okay, so it looks like it took the same calibration that I already had. Okay. Good.
271 Hotel, the tower, 119.
And flaps 1, 2, 3. Okay, that looks good. Alright. So we don't need to fight that. Pause near TD. I didn't even know it had that.
Boarding requested.
So let's get our flight plan in here.
Kevin 24, good morning on the entry Alpha 13.
So we were originally going to fly
All
from
aircraft be advised, information Papa now current, QNH 1005.
We were originally going to fly from Echo Delta Hotel India, which is the actual Airbus Factory in Hamburg. But the scenery for it, while it is freeware scenery, is unfortunately locked behind a form that you have to register for, and they require a human to validate your account, which is one of the dumbest things I've heard this year. So we're not going to showcase that because, you know, I created my account about 8 hours ago and nobody has validated it yet, so your loss. We're flying out of Hamburg directly. British Airways 280, Speedbird 280, cost index is 8, cruising altitude is 360.
Okay, now Papa, cross to 7, November 2.
Cross to 7, November 2, okay, now Papa.
Okay, there's our flight plan. Get to the details in a bit once we have finished loading the aircraft. Which, do we have all the fuel yet? Almost. Fuel's almost on board, and when that's finished we'll start the APU, and then the passengers should start coming on board as well. There's not a lot of air traffic here, I guess because it's live from FSLTL and it's technically, actually it is early in the morning, so there should be some traffic. So there's not much going on right now. Can't wait for Beyond ATC to handle traffic. That's going to be really good. So cargo's being loaded. Fuel tank refueling is finished. They actually put a little bit more in than we needed, I guess. The truck is still there technically, but it's no longer connected. Looks like they're going to be packing up right now. Yeah, they are. Everybody's got such a slow pace of work in GSX. There's no rush for anybody. Ooh, Manchester is definitely IFR according to the weather. That's going to be fun. While this is all going on, let's get our clearance while those guys go away. Hamburg ground, British, Speedbird 280 with information Papa, ready to copy IFR clearance to Manchester.
Speedbird 280, Hamburg apron ground, expect runway 23 Western 3 Bravo departure, initial climb to 6,000 feet, squawk 6602.
What is supposed to do we give way to the
Nou, officieel is het wel aardig als ik zeg, maar nog officiëler moet hij eigenlijk van rechts altijd voor gaan geven. Maar het is wel aardig als ik het erbij zeg.
Expect runway 23, Western 3 Bravo departure, squawk 6602, Speedbird 280.
Speedbird 280, read back correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
We'll call you back when ready for push and start, Speedbird 280. Okay, so initial climb was 6,000. Get that in there. IRSs will align in 1 minute. Let's get the APU fired up as well. Never works for me on the first try for some reason. There's something wrong with my hardware bindings. There we go. Message denied. That's actually really nice. Thank you, Automod. Do we have people coming on board yet? Yes, we do. Can we see them anywhere? I don't have custom cameras yet set up for this plane yet. I'll have to grab some, I guess, at some point. I suppose we could just take a step back in the cabin. There they go.
Welcome on board.
So at the moment they just disappear when they get there, which, you know, once we have the...
Good morning.
Well, they're also just walking right through that.
Victor, Hotel 7, push start please. Papa 9 to Quebec Victor, push start approved.
Boarding
Start
pass,
approved,
please.
9 Quebec Victor.
Welcome on board. Good morning.
KLM 79 Mike for taxi. KLM 79 Mike, behind the company taxi 18 left and close to 7 November 2. Behind the company taxi runway 18 left, cross the 27 November 2, KLM 79.
Welcome on board. This way, please. This way, please. Hello.
Kind of want to bind this to a custom camera angle, so you're gonna have to bear with me while I do that, because...
Good morning.
Do I have a spot that's not in use? I have this one.
Good morning.
So what is available? We've got 9, 7, 2, 8.
Austria 255 Hotel, available, you may taxi Echo 5.
Oh, that's 6.
We are able, texting Echo 5,
Three.
Hello.
Maybe 1. I don't think 1 is... I don't think I've used 1 yet.
May I see your boarding
Alright,
pass?
let's go with that.
Orange 9 and Delta, you may taxi Echo 5 as well. Echo 5, dank u wel, Orange 9 and Delta.
This way, please. May I see your boarding pass? Hello.
To travel 7304, monitor tower, 118.305, Kingston.
18305, 7304,
Boarding pass, please. Good morning. Hello.
I'll go with that.
We 0101 and no taxi distance. Continue via Alpha Sierra 3.
This way I can head into the cockpit real quick and back. Okay, so let's have a look. About 50 people left to go. Cargo is loaded. That's good, because that usually takes the longest. Fuel's good. So we've got the APU going. We'll get the bleeds on. Won't do the fuel pumps just yet until we're ready to start.
305, Kingston.
18305,
We've got our clearance. We'll have to do the performance stuff.
Welcome on board.
We've got our squawk code in. We could, oh, that's one thing we haven't done yet. We have not yet put in our departure. So it was runway 23 and the Wesen 3 Bravo departure. So 23, here we go.
May I see your boarding pass?
And Wesen, probably, becomes my German accent. Wesen 3 Bravo departure. There we go. Let's go have a look at the charts while we're waiting. Since we can do that here, we've got a... should be almost finished, but let's get those loaded in real quick.
Hello.
So, ground charts. We want to pin the airport one. I'm actually looking at them on my iPad, but put them in here too so you can see them. If we're going to look at them. Visa. Oh yeah, of course, Visa. Visa 3 Bravo. Departure. So that's basically, we're going to be flying 2-3, so we're going to be taking off.
Welcome on board.
It's actually nice because Beyond ATC gave me a different departure than I filed on SimBrief, and that's probably because when I filed on SimBrief it was a couple hours ago, so the winds have changed since then. This is actually a much nicer way. We're going to be flying straight out right here on the there's the Visa 3 Bravo departure. This is runway 23, so straight out this way towards the Visa VOR. Okay, aircraft is fully loaded. So that's good. Let's go back to ground services. We won't have anything to do here yet. Mass balance, that's what we'll do. APU is running. We can now finish off our performance calculations. I usually do that before calling for pushback. So 0 fuel weight and the center of gravity. So we are at, and I'm just going to punch this in, 149.3 /23.2, and then that lets us do the fuel planning. And confirm that. And we can forget how GSX knows that it's time to push back. I think it's the beacon. So let's get him from. Let's get our clearance to push back, and then we'll do the calculations while the tug connects. Ground Speedbird 280 ready for push and start.
Speedbird 280, Hamburg apron ground, pushback approved. Face north.
Face north, Speedbird 280. Okay, so if I turn the beacon on.
Check A cars.
Here comes GSX. Should anyways. Already, the external power has already been disconnected. The doors are currently being closed and armed. There goes the jetway at the top. You can just see that there. Alright, we are doing 2-3. Looks like it's dry out there. Paxer will be on. Final load sheet. Sync life weather. Calculate. So what are we doing? Flex 57, flaps 2, 161, 165, 165. And the nice thing is we can send it right here.
Departure checks completed.
And there's everything in the box. So, fully ready with that. Switch over to our charts.
You can enter first right.
Oh, that's convenient. 2-3 is just beside us. It's going to be a very short taxi. Literally just to our left. That's actually good because we're so far behind schedule because of the sim freezing on me once before the stream started. And then because of that, the Fenix app needed to reboot. So we're all good. So let's get our fuel pumps on. Bleeds are on already. We can go turn our ignition on. We're pretty much good to go. Just waiting for a go ahead now from the ground.
Hello, Orange 548, expect Quebec to Delta 4.
Quebec Delta 4.
Logo lights are on. That's good. Pretty nice looking airport. Very quiet. There's the city of Hamburg in the back there. Let me guess, is GSX waiting for me? That's the one thing that sometimes gets lost in this because it's asking. Yeah, maybe I might have just face north on. Just set north, but it's probably. I don't know what the difference between Zulu 1 and Zulu 1 blue or orange is.
Release parking brakes, please.
Alright, we are going to do just that. We're going to start engine number 2. Still want, there was one other camera angle here that I wanted to save. I mean, those are nice and all, but...
All aircraft be advised, information Quebec now current, QNH 1005.
No, I had one saved, but what did I have to save to? 6.
Roger, start up is approved for the helispot. We have QNH 1018, squawk 6220.
Ja, Zulu is copy, 1018, 6220, staat op approved, 04.
These IAE engines seem to take a lot longer to start up than the CFMs. I usually prefer the CFMs, actually. Everybody was so crazy excited about the IAEs when they came out, but... I don't know. I think the CFMs look cooler. That's engine number 1. No, I can see that on my hardware here, so we're going to fire up engine number... Sorry, that was 2. We'll over to engine number 1. Get that going. I like this camera angle here because it gives a good view of everything. Turn the dome light off now. Probably turn the brightness down a bit on these. They seem really bright on there, but on my physical hardware they're not that bright, so...
Roger, police 04. Taxi to the helispot, hold short of the runway.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brake set.
Police 04, towers and 119.
Unlocking gear.
And that's engine number 1 going. That means we can shut off our APU. That APU bleeds off.
disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Everything here looks good.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Go flaps 2 now. 1 and 2. Arm ground spoilers. Ground spoilers armed. Our MCP looks good.
Hello, this is 392 taxi.
We'll have lights set to go. Ignition can come off. Back to normal, rather.
Quebec, Alpha, Bravo, 31, discount on 392.
Wait for this guy to give us the all clear, and then we'll call for taxi. I suppose we should. It's something I tend to sometimes overlook, and it's really important, obviously very important in the real plane, but even in this one we should do our flight controls check. Because occasionally things go wrong. So, here we go. Oh, see? Something's wrong. I'm glad I checked. What's happening here? Oh, is it because of... I think I know what it is. I think it's because my yoke interferes, right? Isn't that what it is? Yes, okay. Full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right, neutral, and rudder, full right, full left, neutral. And does our tiller work? Kind of. It's really wobbly, and I don't remember. I think sometimes that's the actual hardware being really... Yeah, see how it's jittery? Kind of should give it like a better dead zone, but it's good enough. That's our flight controls checked. So, ground, speedbird 280, ready for taxi. We need...
Speedbird 280, runway 23 taxi via Zulu 1.
What did this... Runway 23 via Zulu 1, speedbird 280.
Speedbird 280, contact Hamburg Tower 126.855, bye-bye.
Tower on 126.85, speedbird 280.
Departure runway 24, score 3145.
Negative, tower on 126.855.
126.855, speedbird 280. Okay, so why is this not working now? This is 6. Thought I took that. Oh, we should also close our cockpit door. Ha! Can I do that from here? Maybe. I feel like there's a click spot there. I don't know what a click spot is, but it's not a good one. And we should also lock it. Okay, but what I really wanted to do is fix this camera angle, because for some reason this camera angle did not save. There we go. That was odd that it didn't do that before. Alright. We want auto brake max, signs. Oh yeah, we didn't do that at all. There we go. Signs. And we're good to taxi. Taxi light would help. Right side. What's up, USMC Vet 1996? Thanks for the follow. Just in time for the takeoff. I think they told us Alpha 1, so we'll go all the way around. It's probably really hard to see on the stream, but there are birds flying right here from an add-on I have, and that's just, it's really cool. It should really be in the stock sim, but... Are we over on the tower yet? Yes, we are. Also 2 hour takeoff config, all good.
Cathay 2066 on 24 Shadow 8, the wind is 200 with 11 knots. You are cleared for takeoff. Have a nice day.
Runway 24 from 08, clear takeoff, Cathay 2066.
Tower speedboard 280, holding short runway 23, ready for departure.
Speedbird 280, Hamburg Tower, wind 205 at 13, runway 23, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 23, speedbird 280. Oh, and I almost forgot the thing that I need to... This has nothing to do with the actual airplane so much as it does with... Interesting, this was just me messing around.
Hello, Kedam 96 kilo, number 2. Hello, Kedam 173, ready to 405. Hello, Kedam 173, hold short of 24. Short.
Okay, now we're good to go. Yeah, the sky axe, man. It's there's the birds flying over it. You can probably see those on the stream even. It was quite the imposing sky here. It's clearing up a little bit. Looks like in Manchester it's going to be very, very overcast. Definitely IFR conditions from what I saw. Alright, we're good to go. Don't know what is going on with this rudder thing. That's weird. Oh, I don't know what that was. And flex, auto thrust blue. It's really wobbly on the ground. V1. Gear up. What's bumpy? Why is it so wobbly? What's going on there? I don't know, man. That doesn't seem normal.
Contact Bremen radar departure.
It's better now.
134.255.
134.255, speedbird 280.
November 71, information India, descending to level 180.
Departure, speedbird 280, climbing to 6,000 feet.
Venus 3, Romeo arrival.
Speedbird 280, Bremen radar departure identified. Climb to flight level 180.
Climb flight level 180, speedbird 280. I don't know what this wobbling is. I've never had that before in the Fenix A320. I don't know if this is... I don't really know what to tell you. This is very odd. It's very bouncy. I don't know whether it's active sky, turbulences, or ground effect stuff. I mean, it comes and goes, so it's not a constant. This is kind of a cool view of just a little bit of sunlight in front of us here. Very neat. We're definitely bouncing around a lot. It could be I mean, we have a 35 knot headwind, so the weather is pretty rough at the moment. Disengage autopilot. That's coming all the way up. I believe the airport we're just flying over right now is the one that I wanted to originally fly off away from, but couldn't. Yeah, it's definitely some crosswind stuff going on, Axeman. This is the Weser. This is the river, the Weser River. That was a flock of birds that just went right by our engines. So that's why this departure is called the Weser. I know how to say it in German. I don't know how to pronounce it in English. It's a very awkward word. Departure, so that makes sense. These engines do sound good, though. I will give it that. It's getting dark. Actually, what I really should do is I should go to some other nice... fancy camera angles that Fenix has, because they have some nice ones that are built in. including these that are a bit further away. I quite like that. Alright, this should be a good one to break through the sky here, the clouds. It's 10,000 feet, so we're starting to speed up now. Oh, that's kind of a cool shot. I think I might have missed the lens flares. Oh, come on, give them back to me. Definitely some turbulence or active skies putting in here, which is nice. It's really nice, actually. This thing has completely screwed itself up, too. We'll see if this can be recovered. It might not. That's fine if it isn't.
left by 10 degrees.
Left by 10 degrees.
Speedbird 280, contact Bremen radar 125.1.
Bremen radar 125.1, Speedbird 280, see ya. Bremen radar, good morgen, Speedbird 280, climbing to flight level 180.
Speedbird 280, Bremen radar identified, climb to flight level 360.
We are now climbing to our cruising altitude. We
Climb
will be
flight level
starting
360,
our in-flight service shortly.
Speedbird 280.
You can find our sky menu in the seat pocket in front of you. Sehr geehrte Damen und Herren, bitte bleiben Sie sitzen, während wir auf unsere Reiseflughöhe steigen. Wir werden in Kürze mit unserem Bordservice beginnen. Unser Sky-Menü finden Sie in der Sitztasche vor Ihnen.
Yeah, the sun haze is really good. The clouds look a little bit more fuzzy than you'd want them to, but I think part of that is like a performance thing. But yeah, the sun haze looks really nice actually. Here comes a turn. Mattress made of mashed potatoes, yeah. That sounds about right. But also like really powdery mashed potatoes. You know, not actually homemade mashed potatoes, more like the ones you get out of a bag. Sorry, did I offend your sensitive potato values? I know. That's I've done it several times myself. But you know they don't taste the same. If you put enough gravy on them, then they're fine. Yeah, you gotta eat them pretty quick, that's for sure. That's a good point. They are not as versatile as real potatoes.
We are now starting our in-flight service. We'd like to remind you that we accept card payments as well as cash. You can find our Sky menu in the seat pocket in front of you. Please remain seated while we serve you. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to ask one of our cabin crew members. Thank you. Meine Damen und Herren, wir starten jetzt unseren Bordservice. Wir möchten Sie daran erinnern, dass wir sowohl Kartenzahlungen als auch Bargeld akzeptieren. Unser Sky-Menü finden Sie in der Sitztasche vor Ihnen. Bitte bleiben Sie sitzen, während wir Sie bedienen. Wenn Sie etwas benötigen, zögern Sie bitte nicht, eines unserer Kabinenpersonalmitglieder zu fragen. Vielen Dank.
So I've no longer got the cabbie premium voices, but that's why that flight attendant sounded a little bit robotic. To tweak it again. But I'm glad that I can still use my own premium voice, so that's handy. I didn't know that. That's really the thing that is most impressive about it. So we'll see how the other ones. I'll have to try some of the other voices to see which sound better. It's much nicer and quieter inside here. Let's have a look at our charts. This chart. There we are. So we're currently flying somewhere over... Still Germany, I think, just... I think this is the border here to Belgium? Flying through that, and then crossing the channel. And a nice little loop around into Manchester. Well, this is the Amsterdam ATC border. There really is some turbulence, and I think it's from, pretty sure it's from Active Sky, which I enjoy. That's one of the reasons I actually got Active Sky, was for that. We're definitely on a pretty shallow climb here. Actually, it's not too bad. 1,600 feet per minute. It's not bad. It just takes a while. We've got a very low cost index, so we're saving some money as we're delivering this plane over to Manchester. It's interesting that it's in pounds. I would have thought that it would be configured in kilograms, being British Airways. Oh, unless I made my flight plan in pounds, though I thought I'd changed it. Oh, it changed back to pounds. Okay, I think it's actually smart enough these days to just adjust and not, so you don't have any of those awkward scenarios where you fall out of the sky because you thought you had your fuel in pounds, but you loaded it in kilograms or vice versa, so you only put about half of what you actually needed in. It's always awkward to explain that afterwards. It's still pretty bumpy, but there's lots of clouds outside, so it's not very surprising. I do always enjoy flying the Airbuses, especially the Fenix. So it's so happy when they, I mean, they announced the 319 and the 321 late last fall, and they were aiming to get them out before the end of 2023. Obviously, they missed the mark by 8 months, but then this past Sunday, I think Sunday or Saturday, they made an announcement saying they would release it in the next week, and then on Monday they released it. So these are just as good as the Fenix A320, and now you've got some variety, which is really great. It's basically, and I love that about the PMDG 737 series as well. So now we've got so many great choices. But the Airbus is like my, it's my casual airliner, because it's, I find it actually just less to do in it than in the Boeings, which is not a bad thing, because it's, especially this one's so well done, it's so functional. You know, we can go have some, order some lunch, get the trays out.
Speedboat 280, contact Amsterdam radar 119.175.
119.175, Speedbird 280. Amsterdam radar, good morning. Speedbird 280, flight level 348 for flight level 360.
280 Amsterdam radar identified.
So the thing that's so nice about these Fenix planes is that they're so feature complete. At least they have, I don't know if they have enough features for everybody. Some people might still think they're missing something, but for most people, myself included, it does everything I wanted to do and then some. And it's so well done. Looks good. It's pretty reliable. No real issues. But it also means that I really want to fly, I just want to fly a lot of these planes all the time. I want to fly the PMDG 777 a bunch more because that's an excellent long-haul airplane. I just need more time in the day, guys. It's hard to fit it all in. I'll probably keep doing this a lot on Thursdays because I've got like a dedicated Friday night where I do flight sim stuff with a group of friends. Those guys, unsurprisingly, Canadian maple syrup gaming. Jesus. Unabashedly Canadian, I love it. Thanks for the follow. So we do flights every Friday night, which is fun. I should start, maybe I should start streaming those on my channel. But anyways, on Thursdays when I stream for Shacknews here, I think I gotta do a little bit more flight sim again. Got away from that with a bunch of distractions doing farming sim in the Delta Force lately, but it is just fun to do flight sim. Alright, so that's our cruising altitude. Do I dare turn the seatbelts off? Let's try it. I'm not flying a Canada Air livery, but I always do have a little bit of Canada Air in my Fenix cockpits on the EFB. Always got the wallpaper going there, so always representing the VA a little bit. Lifted Manatee 5, thanks for the follow. This is a nice, I like this camera angle. This zoomed out one. I'm not sure if those SimFX contrails are that impressive looking or not. I haven't really made up my mind. They look alright, I guess. God, there's a lot of turbulence. Look getting shaken around quite a bit. Invisible suit, yeah. I think this is from Active Sky, but there's obviously no real way to know. But I feel like I never got this before I started using Active Sky for this stuff. Because I actually don't use it for the weather, I don't think. I think I have the weather set to passive mode. Yeah, it's passive, so the actual clouds and stuff are coming from the sim itself, but it is adding all the turbulence and winds and stuff. Wait, I can do predictions in here? Oh, I might have to set that up for okay, that's cool. I will have to check that out. I think I'm going to do a flight every week on this stream now. I think it's one way that I can guarantee myself time to fly. The weather's cleared up a bit, but the wind certainly hasn't let up. That wasn't turbulence. That was the sim. having a little moment for itself. By the way, I gotta zoom in on this because sorry for the back and forth. I don't know which one will take us there. Really? None of them? Okay. The terrain radar on this looks so good. Love how detailed that is. Still quite a bit of turbulence. But I also think Cabby has completely, yeah, so Cabby has lost its connection as well. I don't think it is not aware of what's going on, so we'll just shut that down. That's also because I didn't restart it after the sim crashed. So that's my fault, not a reflection on the developer. It's hard for applications apparently to recover from the CTD. So I'm trying to think of, we have a whole bunch of tours, and maybe I'll open this up while we're flying here. Look at, I'll put it in a small window, I think. Where's my browser? Too many windows. Good God. Seriously? There it is. I don't have it open in a tab, really. Just gonna put this up here. Let's see what tour. I'm trying to find one of our tours that I could fly regularly on the stream, and something that fits, you know, right into a 2-hour window. So I know there's this Route 20 VFR tour. That feels more like a VR tour, so. I want to find one of our tours that has legs that are about 2 hours long, because, you know, that would work kind of the best. This one goes cross-country, following them Route 20. I could probably fly that in a small enough plane to make it take about 2 hours. How long does one of these legs take? About an hour. That's not ideal. checked the Caribbean vacations, so the Caribbean vacations, they're too long. The 777 routes are too long, even though we did one. Some of them are maybe okay, actually. They're not all super long. Somebody suggested maybe the Frankfurt hub, but I think it's too short. Nothing on the Labrador tour. Yeah, these are all too short, unfortunately. Well, I will, I'll try to figure that out at some point. Otherwise, I will just keep making up random flights to fly, but it would be nice to make progress towards something. Maybe I can come up with a new one.
Good morning, Jaguar 71 X-ray November, leave you at 360.
And 71 X-ray November, hello, direct to Dano.
Direct to Dano, Jaguar 71 X-ray November.
Will you be able for level 370 before Dano?
Bye.
This is one case where ChatGPT comes in real handy. Coming up with a Thursday night tour.
Speedbird 280, contact London Control 118.475. Have a good day.
118.475. Speedbird 280. See you later. London Control, good morning. Speedbird 280, flight level 360.
Speedbird 280, London Control, radar contact.
That was you were watching, Braden. The weather just changed rather abruptly.
Joe Cafe 216 final 350. Is it 16 large?
chips. I could go for some Doritos right now. So while in cruise, these are the things that a SimPilot does, which is create tours. Now, are we way beyond our top of descent? No, it doesn't know where our top of descent is, does it? It does. It's just after. Well, it doesn't really know, but hopefully Beyond ATC knows where our top of descent is supposed to be. Let me put in what it had planned for us. Had planned, SimBrief had planned runway 23 right. It's likely going to be an ILS. What was that sound? So let's assume for a moment that we're going to do ILS 23 right. The star that I had filed with SimBrief was ought be 1 mic. Let's get that in. Okay, so then we have a better idea of where our top of descent is, or might be. So at least we'll know at which point we need to call Beyond ATC and tell them that we need some instructions.
Speedbird 280, London Control, expect RB1 mic, runway 2, tree right.
Expect RB1 mic 23 right, Speedbird 280. That is what we had assumed.
Legend 29 November, open local contact radio on 5583, ready to terminate the right. Radio 5583, Legend 29 November, go ahead.
Let's just brief that on the old charts over here. So, arrival chart.
369 over remote contact radio 15583, greater service terminal. Bye-bye.
I always find this awkward having to move this. Where is it? Oh, there aren't any. It's right here. This point. So this is a really odd one. It's got like a, at least on Navigraph, it's got a weird little loop at the end here. So we actually make like a total turn and then heads south. So that's the arrival, and then the approach. CAT, ILS, DMR, DME 23 right. So we'll be coming in from up here somewhere. So we're going to be, we should probably expect some radar vectors from beyond ATC, because there's definitely a disconnect between the arrival and the approach. But that's good. They've actually gotten pretty good at doing radar vectors. Let's have a quick look at our... What is the weather? MVFR. Oh, it's gotten better. I guess we can actually get the METAR in here. The weather at our destination.
Speedbird 280, Obi-1 Mike, runway 23 right, report ready for descent.
We'll report when ready, Speedbird 280.
Speedbird 280, Obi-1 Mike, runway 23 right, verify ready for descent.
Obi-1 Mike, runway 23 right. We are ready for descent, Speedbird 280. There's a way to say that without immediately telling you to descent.
Level 290.
Descent flight level 290, Speedbird 280. But that's okay, honestly, because...
Flight level 290,
American
290, Speedbird 280. But we're almost at the top of descent anyway, so it's all good. Descent now. I actually don't really like the... I'm not very good at using the landing calculation tool here. I always just go medium auto brake. I've never had a problem on these big runways anyway. Mostly because I don't remember where to find the landing weight, so I just ignore that. Well, I don't ignore it, but I do my own. Which is really not much to do other than choosing an auto brake level, and for me that's going to be medium.
Victor Golf 6991, contact 380.
Enter destination data. I suppose we could do that. I did forget about that. What do we got? 0992. The QNH. We've got temperature of 13. And the wind is 110 Sorry, well, 180 at 7. 180/7. So that's going to be a nice crosswind. Only 7 degrees though, so 7 knots if we went to bed.
There's a 400 you say identified.
Reviewing against the charts, we've got a couple of hard limits. Goals at flight level 170, then Pole Hill, max 250, that's in there, and that's really it for that, so, okay, good, it's all automatic.
Speedbird 280, descend to flight level 170.
Descent to flight level 170, Speedbird 280.
Tango, continue climb to flight level 370. Team climb, flight level 370, show mark 13 Tango.
It really dove us down there to catch up to the glides to the VNAV path, but alright. I didn't need to do that.
Austrian 89er, time flight level 330.
Got over 330, then 89.
What's up, Squires? We're back in the airplane on Thursday evenings. In fact, I'm made up a little Thursday night tour that starting next week I think I'm going to be doing on a regular basis because it'll give me the perfect reason to fly every Thursday night. As I already do every Friday night, but that's 2 guaranteed flights for me a week, which is great. Hello, the weather's really cleared up here in time for us to arrive in Manchester. It was really crappy conditions as we took off in Hamburg, but now it's, it doesn't look too bad out here. There's definitely some, so the airport's going to be like over in that direction, so there's some clouds, but mostly broken and nothing nearly as bad as it was at the beginning of the flight. I love the contrails of the other airplanes above us there. That's very cool. It's one of the main reasons I suffer through the performance issues of injected traffic, because without it, it just seems so empty. Like, I don't even see these planes really, but I see the contrails.
Speedbird 280, contact
extra.
London Control 118.775. Have a good day.
118.775, Speedbird 280. London Control, Speedbird 280, descending to flight level 170, currently in flight level 232.
Speedbird 280, London Control identified.
Delta 400, continue present heading.
Bird in 137-352, climbing 360, like 370 for as late as possible, over direct. Not all. Virgin 167, hello to you, that's my Virgin.
Why are those... Oh, they're... No, okay, fine. There's nothing in the center tanks. I thought I was trying to do you a favor, Airbus, but you don't want it. Got it. The Boeing yells at you if you've got fuel pumps on when you don't need them, and the Airbus yells at you when you've got them off even though you don't need them.
United 53 over Sidham, contact radio 15598, British service services, good day.
98, thank you.
Sharmak 1 up, Charlie, continue present heading.
Present heading 280.
American 717, good day, identified. KLM 757 over Moto, contact radio on 5583, British service terminals, bye-bye.
Go 5583, go back in on 757. Good morning, United 947, flight level 320.
United 947, good day, identified.
Speedbird 280, descend to flight level 070.
Flight level 070, Speedbird 280.
Heading in Delta 285 is ready for the 320 whenever you are. Apple.
Delta 285, flight to flight level 320.
Departing 280 for 320, Delta 285.
From 1546, Denham Cross, Denham 1246 are area.
1246 area, copy that, to the 154.
Delta 131 channel restriction cross Mallet 1247 or later.
247 now, or later, Delta 131.
Starlight 218 restriction cross Mallet 1244 or later.
244 or later, 5.
Speedbird 280, contact Manchester approach 121.355.
Approach 121.355, Speedbird 280. Approach Speedbird 280, flight level 147, descending to flight level 070.
4000, wind for the airline.
Speedbird 280, verify information Oscar.
We have information Oscar, Speedbird 280.
Speedbird 280 Manchester approach, QNH 09 and 90, expect radar vectors for ILS, runway 23 right.
QNH 0990, expect radar vectors, ILS 23 right, Speedbird 280. That changed.
Okay, Factory Charlie, descend out of 5,000 feet.
Just 5,000, get a parking guard.
Simbrief even has it as 0989 right now, but close enough. Guessing the... Let's see if I refresh this. Yeah, 0989. Let's go with that.
And 36 uniform Juliet, continue present heading.
Continue present heading, Ryanair 36 uniform Juliet.
More fluffy mashed potato clouds. You know, I never thought of them as mashed potato clouds until you mentioned that earlier, Axe, so it's now I'm going to be slightly hungry for mashed potatoes every time I fly through clouds.
restriction, keep up power, reduce to 180.
Speed 180, left under 60, keep on.
If we look at our ND, you can see this little loop I was talking about before. So we fly that way, then we do a loop around, and we should... We're not going to go directly like that. We should probably be getting vectors from Rosen and then over here somehow. That's what would make sense. Though I suppose we could fly over the VOR and do the loop around that it has in the procedure. It's possible. It'd be nice to get a shortcut, but we'll see what Beyond ATC does. Little balls of mashed potatoes with cheese inside, deep fry them. Huh. Don't think I've had that. That sounds delicious, though. With shredded onion. It's a good thing I'm about to land here because I'm getting hungry.
240, 240, message, 5
See, now, if I was using, say, intentions instead of Beyond ATC, I could ask the cabin crew to bring me some food, and they would probably say something useful. See, I had dinner, Axeman. I had a really nice dinner earlier, but, you know, all this talk about mashed potato, fried cheese balls. Fried mashed potato cheese balls. I mean, you can kind of eat that any time of day.
Bravo 306 remain outside of Charlie airspace. Contact Alpha radar on 119.175. Bye bye.
Radar 119.175. Goodbye, Mark 06.
Personne Galvita, reduce minimum clean,
Clean, confirmé.
Stick to the jet and to level 110.
Camera to warm up, jet exposure.
Down 33 Fox for descent of 6,000 feet.
600 feet, on the entrée forward, chez Fox.
Landing lights on. Ooh, the engines had to spool up there for a second. Not sure why though. Thrust idle. Yeah, okay. I don't know why it sped up. Actually led us to speed there for a second. Should be going a bit slower than that.
uniform Juliet, descend 7000.
Descend 7000 feet, Ryanair 36 uniform Juliet.
Canon 532, descending 4000 feet and clear the ILS 22.
4000 feet, clear ILS 22, parking charge.
Jet Air Cyber access radar 13403 voorbij.
13403 tot 600 Jet Air voorbij.
Descend 7000 feet, QNH 1034, clear the ILS 22, I'll be 707.
Really hoping for some vectors for a shortcut, not flying the whole procedure. The whole procedure would have us overfly the Manchester VOR, which is right at the airport, and then fly back out, turn around, and come back in. I'd love to just get a shortcut just about in this direction.
Fraction 658 November to speed 180 knots or greater until 69 final. Okay, we'll see 180 or greater until 69 final. Approaching 110 Dolomiti, Mike Alpha.
Quebec 4047.
Echo Tango, left 320 base. Left 320 base, left Echo Tango.
Speedbird 280, leave resume heading 125. Expect radar vectors for ILS runway 23 right.
Leave for Zune heading 125. Expect radar vectors runway 23 right. Speedbird 280. That's exactly what I was hoping for.
Roger, density Foxtrot, descend to 4,000 feet. 4,000 feet, Roger,
125. Gotta fix my FCU because it's not displaying the number for some reason. 125. 125. Darn it.
Speedbird 280, turn left heading 130. Vectors for the approach.
See, it's funny you told me that. Left turn heading 130, Speedbird 280. Oh, now that's working. Okay, I see. I can't pre-select with this. That's fine.
Oscar, Sierra Mike, Zone, heading 090. 090, Oscar, Sierra Mike.
It didn't tell us to descend any further, though, did it? No. Let's activate approach mode so we can slow down. Approach phase. Otherwise we'll be too fast by the time we get to where we want to get to.
Charlie, reducing speed 200. Right, yeah?
That's one thing I wish Beyond ATC would still do, is issue more speed limits, because that's very common for ATC. I imagine that once they get traffic in here, they'll do that. Let me just open the window and stick my arm out the cockpit to glide through the fluffy cloud pillows. We're way high. Unless they're going to loop us around. We're way too high right now. We should be at 3,500 in about 8 miles, 10 miles. We're twice that. So we'll see. I've seen it loop me around though before, so we'll see if it's going to do that.
280, turn left, heading 060.
Turn left heading 060, Speedbird 280. So it's actually going to take me further away from the VAF. These things turn so slow. Go.
Keep up our wedges further to 160 or not to maintain to fall. This is further 160 to fall up under 60 knots. Established dollars, runway 22. 707, Roger, contact tower 118, distance 118, I'll be 707.
60 knot winds at 7,000 feet still. Oof. Explains why we're moving around so much. It's easier to see from the external view. Look at this.
Speedbird 280, turn right, heading 110, descend to 6,000 feet, QNH 09 and 90.
I missed the heading. Turn right heading 110, descent 6,000 feet, QNH 0990, Speedbird 280. Might have got the QNH wrong. No, I got it right.
Speedbird 280, 9 miles from CF2 3R, turn right, heading 200, maintain 3,500 feet until established on the final approach course. Cleared ILS runway 23 right.
Turn right heading 200, maintain 3,500 until established on final. Cleared ILS 23 right, Speedbird 280. Spin, little heading knob. Spin, spin, spin. Actually, that's a nice little loop it gave us. It's pretty good. It's gotten really good at doing vectors, which is quite amazing because some of the other tools I've used that have been out for years longer still struggled. Though this is not the heading we need. We need to go further to the right, but we were cleared. So I'm actually going to go direct to there. Not with that weird loop though. Why would you do that? That's better. There we go. And we're right on the right path. That's where we want to be. NH, what was 09 or 9 or 0. Okay, I thought we were looking pretty low for 7,000. There was a huge difference in barometer. Look at the nice scenery though. That's beautiful. The landscape. Very nice. Let's go flaps 1.
FM, and reduce speed 180 knots or less, please.
And feedback 180 or less,
Approach. 2 autopilots, please. Cat 3 dual. Light slope armed. Light slope blue, low blue.
5,000.
Still got 17 miles to go. We're good. Lots of room.
Vitaro, find some 60 center part number 110 and left 10 degrees for shortcut.
Vitaro 576, left 10 degrees and 110.
KLM 52 Charlie, speed 180 and 75.
Yeah, see, we ended up going right through the 3,500 because of the altimeter reading. That's one thing I like better in the Boeing is when you switch from standard, it automatically, like you could pre-select it. It seems much safer with the Airbus. You always get that jump. Even though I think the VNAV calculation takes that into account when you give it what the expected altimeter is going to be, so it takes that into account, so it doesn't put you way too low.
Victor, turn left 10 degrees, please. Take the base turn in around 1
Left 10 degrees and commit roughly 7.
Low start. Yeah, that's true, actually. The CJ4 does take the best of both worlds in some ways. "57 knots headwind still. Dear God." What is happening in Manchester? Glide slope star, glide slope captured.
Compris sur Juliette Fox, c'est à 6 minutes 202 pour l'instant.
1202,
Speedbird 280. Contact Manchester Tower 119.405. Have a good day.
119.405, Speedbird 280. Manchester Tower, good morning. Speedbird 280, inbound ILS 23 right, 3,000 feet.
Speedbird 280, Manchester Tower, continue.
Continue, Speedbird 280. Crap fest. Well, at least it's a headwind. Not if this was a crosswind. We'd be looking for something else to do. This looks cool though. Alright, let's go gear down. Flaps 3.
Get a 96, land 200%.
Why is our... Why is our speed so high still? VAP is 141.
Wind 180 at 9er, runway 2 tree right, cleared to land.
It must be because of the wind. Yeah, it's 180. Ground speed is 144. VAP is 141. Yeah, so it's keeping it's this headwind component. Jesus Christ. Okay, this is going to be an interesting landing. I was going to say
Speedbird 280, wind 180 at 9er, runway 2 tree right, cleared to land.
Clear to land, runway 23 right, Speedbird 280. Wish us luck. So the A321 just likes to bounce around. Hey, it's a party plane. Okay, that is kind of cool actually, how it's, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it is slowly moving the magenta speed mark down as the wind is getting lower. We're now down to only a 30 knot headwind. It's getting less to the mid-20s, 20, it's gusting now. But it is getting down, so it's actually adjusting. Yeah, I don't know, this can't be normal. I know there's a headwind, but this oscillating is very odd. And it was doing it on takeoff, so it's not just an autopilot thing. Microsoft Flight Simulator is notorious for the autopilot doing that, but it was even doing it off autopilot. And now I'm a little bit scared of going off autopilot here, but I'm going to in a minute. The headwind is really dying down now, which is good. Manual flight.
The wind 190 degrees, 10 knots. Coming number 236, over.
$100, 50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
It also really goes off on the side. That's a very non-Phoenix thing for some reason.
And then again, 353, contact approach, 118.6.
I'm actually fairly happy with that. The Su-95 also does that? It's weird.
Speedbird 280,
the A320 Phoenix
right
doesn't do that.
Delta.
Right at Bravo Delta, Speedbird 280. Yeah, that's very odd. I gotta look in their Discord and see if that's a known thing. Because the 320 doesn't do that. I haven't flown the 319 yet. But that is very strange. Very strange indeed.
Apollo 3136, wind 172 degrees, 10, runway 09, clear. Atlanta 09, Apollo 3136.
Check A cars.
Speedbird 280, contact ground 121.855.
Ground 121.855, Speedbird 280. Ground Speedbird 280, request taxi to assigned gate.
Speedbird 280, gate 2 tree taxi via Bravo Delta Lima.
Gate 23, taxi via Bravo Lima, Speedbird 280.
Negative, taxi via Bravo Delta Lima.
Bravo Delta, Lima, Speedbird 280. Their taxi map is nice. Let's see if GSX actually has got a gate for us. Where are we going? Way over there. Cool.
That's 437, taxi via Mike, Oscar Alpha, Sierra 3 Delta, holding point 15.
Mike, Oscar Alpha, Sierra 3 Delta, holding point 15. Lot 47.
Lot 2 via Mike, system 15.
Mike, Oscar Alpha,
Ground, goedenavond. Transavia, Bond 5,
South 15 Yankee, Charlie 15, at Whiskey 5, cross runway 18.
Charlie Bond 5 by Bond 5, Transavia, Bond 5.
Yeah, at Whiskey 5, cross runway 18.
Sorry, that is Whiskey 5.
That's what we'll do next time, I think. Yeah, that seems to work better than my APU switch up there for some reason.
Transavia 15 Yankee, later on the routing will be via Quebec.
Roger, via Quebec, Transavia 15 Yankee. Hello, Grond, Transavia 5766, Victor 3.
Transavia 5766, Frida, Charlie 16, via Quebec, cross runway 18, center at Whiskey 5.
Fuel on board below 3 tons. Well, that's a good thing we don't have very far to go. I think I'm going to fly this plane again tomorrow for IFR Friday, so we'll see if we get any more of this wobbling then or not. It's not like it didn't really cause an issue. It was just weird more than anything else.
Going. Transavia 15 Yankee after Quebec Alpha, altijd.
Never trust these numbers. Actually, these are not too bad. These are fairly close. And that's engines off. At least it should be. Yeah, they take a while to shut off too. They take a while to turn on, they take a while to shut off, the IAEs.
Alpha Quebec, taxiway Alpha, Alpha, 557.
Alright.
The boarding requested.
That's going to do it for me on stream. I am 34 minutes over time. That push back tug is in the wall, is it? Probably. Yeah. Yep, sure is. But thanks for tuning in, and thanks for those Canadair pilots here that hung out as well. That was fun. I will probably see you guys tomorrow as we do some more flying, and then next week we'll start on what I'm going to call the Thursday night tour. I think we're going to start in the US and fly from one city to the next kind of thing. So, should be exciting. Thanks so much for watching, folks. Have a good one. See you later.